You know, some of the biggest, most important industries out there, they're not really about the products they sell. Their entire business is about making critical decisions, usually under a ton of pressure and with a whole lot at stake.
So let me ask you this. How do you make a good, solid, high-stakes decision when you can only see a tiny little piece of the full picture? And that's not just some philosophical question. It's the central problem for the entire insurance industry.
I mean, for a company like AIG, one of the largest insurers on the planet, this is not a thought experiment. It's their reality, every single day. Their whole business is built on making these massive calls about risk, pricing policies, handling claims, all while swimming in a sea of uncertainty.
The core problem they, and frankly so many others face, is this kind of information blindness. And what's wild is that it's not because they lack data. Oh no, they are drowning in data. The problem is the inability to see it all at once, to connect the dots.
So where does this blindness come from? Well, it's baked into the very structure of the business. Just picture it. Critical information is scattered across dozens of old, clunky systems that don't even talk to each other. This creates these huge delays. I'm talking days, sometimes weeks, just to underwrite a policy. Claims get stuck in these slow, manual review processes. And trying to simulate risk in real time, like how a hurricane might affect your portfolio, good luck. It's just a complex, expensive mess.
It's really like being handed a 1,000-piece puzzle and then being told to solve it in a pitch-black room. You can feel the individual pieces, sure, but you have absolutely no idea how they all connect to form the bigger picture. It's beyond frustrating, it's incredibly inefficient.
So that leads to the really obvious question, right? What if you could just flip a switch and turn on the lights? What if you could suddenly see everything, all at once, in perfect clarity? And this is where this idea of a digital ontology comes in. Now, forget the jargon for a second. Just think of it as a live, interactive map of your entire business. It's a breakthrough, not just in technology, but in pure perspective. Every single piece of data, every policy, every claim, every customer is suddenly connected, showing you exactly how one thing affects everything else.
This completely changes the game. You go from having all these disconnected silos of information to having one single holistic view of risk. Data that was a fragmented mess becomes a unified backbone for the entire company. And this is the big shift. You stop just reporting on what happened yesterday, and you start actively powering the decisions of tomorrow. So for AIG, putting this new operating system, this ontology, into place led to a really dramatic compression of decision time. And we're not talking about a small incremental improvement here. This is a fundamental change in the way the whole business runs. The scale of this change is just staggering. There was a quote from a Palantir earnings call that puts it perfectly. At AIG, we've seen underwriting decisions that used to take hours or days now happening in minutes. Just let that sink in for a second. Days to minutes. It's basically the difference between trying to navigate a road trip with a stack of old paper maps versus using a real-time GPS on your phone. The destination is the same, make a good decision, but the speed and the confidence you have in getting there, it's a whole different world. But of course, this brings up a really important question, one that comes up anytime we talk about powerful AI like this. Does all this speed and automation come at the cost of human expertise? Are we just replacing people with algorithms? And the answer, very, very clearly, is no. The goal isn't to replace the expert underwriter or the claims adjuster. The goal is to augment them, to give them superpowers. The roles here are really distinct, but they're also super complementary. The AI is a beast at compressing analysis time, running 1,000 different scenarios, and instantly showing you the key trade-offs. But it's the human expert who applies their years of judgment and intuition to that information. The human makes the final call, and they always maintain control.
The whole guiding principle is something called human in the loop. It's all about designing technology that serves the expert, not the other way around. The AI provides incredible insight, but the responsibility, the final decision, that always rests with the person.
Probably the best way to picture this is to think of an experienced ship's captain navigating through a bad storm. They've got a state-of-the-art radar system. Now that radar can see things the captain can't, like obstacles miles ahead or a sudden shift in the weather. It can even suggest safer routes. But it's the captain who uses their years of experience to interpret that data, to feel the ship, and ultimately, to steer it safely home. And it's that partnership, that symbiotic relationship, that transforms AI from being just another reporting tool that tells you what already happened into a true decision engine. The real magic here, the true value, happens when this intelligence isn't just some dashboard you look at once in a while. It's when it's embedded directly into the day-to-day workflow, right at the point where those crucial decisions are actually being made by people. It becomes part of the process itself, not just an add-on.
So this leaves us with one last thought. When your company's most complex, highest-stakes decisions can be made with clarity and confidence in minutes instead of days, what else becomes possible? What new opportunities open up when the speed of your decisions can finally match the speed of the world around you?